Hello guys, kindly check this application out. When I say submit, it tells me password is required. And I start typing, it tells me what should include at least one uppercase, one numeric, and one special character. So guys, let's input the password. We say stay. Okay, our password is complete. We can say this is our password. We can click to view it too. And finally we submit. It alerts what password is ready. So let's develop this using React hook form. If you want to type along with me, kindly install the following. 1. npm install Tailwindcss/forms, and 2. npm install React hook form. Now a quick one with the npm install React hook form. Now check this out. When you go to Google, put that there. Good. After installing it, you need to add the plugin to it. So you copy this plug required, copy that, then go to your tailwind.config.gss file, then paste it there. Okay, so we paste it here. This is mine. With all said and done, let's begin. Thank you very much. Let's begin by creating two folders in our SRC folder. We call the first one assets. Good. Then call the second one components. Now let's take the first one, assets. Now with the assets, we have no spinners or images in this project, so we leave it blank. We move to the second one, components. With components, let's create a file and call it validate password. Oh no, password app.js. Good. So inside that RAFCE, we have our div. Instead of ordinary div, why don't we make it react.fragment? So we say react.fragment. Good. So inside that we can have our section. Then inside that we can have our div. And inside that we can have hello. Good. Let's link that to the app.js to view on the screen. So we call validate password app, import it, import validate from where? From components, then password app. Let's check our screen. Good, we got hello on the screen. It means we're ready to go. Since it's mobile first, let's reposition everything. So we're ready to go. To begin, let's take the hello off and create a form. A form. Good. A form. Then inside the form, we can now have a div. So inside the div, let's give it a class name. Let's give it what? BG white. Then let's give it weight. Let's give it what? Auto. Let's give it height 96. And let's give it margin what? Margin MX 5. Good. Let's give it margin top 2 and let's give it 20. Good. Make it rounded LG. Okay, what next? Now let's create the header. Okay, so inside that, let's have the header. Okay, header. So header, let's create a div for the header. So inside the header, let's have a p tag that says what? Validate password password input. Good, so that is that. Let's give it a class name. Okay, equals to what? Let's say uppercase, then test for Excel, font bold, font bold, and then what again? Test center. Good. Now let's give some height. So let's take this one. As class name, let's give it height. Let's give it height 20. Then inside that, let's make it center. Okay, so we can say flex, justify, center. Then what? Align, items center. Good. So that is that. What else? So I think that is that with the header. Let's move to the bottom. So next we say body section. Now with the body section, what do we need? We need an input. So let's create a div. Good. So inside the div, let's create a div to handle the input. So we say div input. Good. Our input is ready. Now what do we do? Let's give it a type password. Good. Then what again? A placeholder. Yeah, good. Sorry. Good. Type password placeholder. Okay. Last name. Let's give placeholder. And placeholder. Good. Enter your password. Good. What else? Class name request. Let's give it width full. Then let's give some margin. So let's take the mother div and say class name equals what? MX. Let's give 5. Good. What else? Make it the height. Let's give it full thin, then what? Rounded LG. Good. So I think this looks cool. Okay, let's give some margin top. So margin top the body. Yeah, let's make it 16. Then what else? I think that is that. Now let's create the error message. Let's say after the can put our error message here. So we say p tag. Let's give it error. Good. What else again? I think that is that. Let's create the password I. So say my I section. Good. Over here we create a div. Then inside the div, let's create let's go to where Google React icons. Then we go to I. Good. So the I, let's take this one. Then we say import what? I. The second one to I. The second one is no invisible. Okay, so that is that. From where? From React icons. React icons slash AI. That is that. So let's bring them here. So we say first one is what? AI. But does that. And the second one too. Okay. Good. Take the addition off, invisible off. Good, let's check it out. Good, they're right here. So what we do next is to give them a class name equals absolute. Then give it a top. Let's give it 4. Then right. Let's give it 5. Good. We are now here. Let's make the parents body div relative. Okay. So relative to this div. So we have is now in the form. So let's make it bigger. So we go down and say first to Excel. Okay, good. Now let's display one at a time. So to do that, we create a state. So let's go up and create a state. So over here, to create a state, let's call use state first. So we say use state. Then now we can create our state. So we say what? Handle password I. Okay, so we say const what? Open I. Good. Comma set open I. Good. Set open I equals to what? Equals to use state. Good. Use state into bracket false. Good. So that is done. Now let's create an on-click. So we say handle click I. Good. So we now say that const handle click I. Click I equals to a function. Good. And inside that we have our set open I into bracket not open I. Open I. Okay. Yeah, something like this. So we give this, copy this, and give the on click to the icons. Okay. So over here, give it an on click. On click equals no. Good. So likewise, we copy this for the second one too. Yeah. So next is to display one at a time. So we create an if statement to do that. So we say if what? If open I equals false, then display the close I. Yeah. Okay, so display this. Otherwise, display the open I. This one. Okay. Good. So let's check it out. So you can see it displays. You can see it's clickable. So now let's create a condition to handle the input type too. So we go to the input type and we make it dynamic. So right here we say if what? If open I equals false, then what do you do? Then give me password. Otherwise, give me test. Good. So that is that. So when we type something here, you can see. So when we click, it gives us the password. You can see the toggle between them. So that is that, guys. Let's create the button. So there's the I section. Down. Let's go to the button section. So let's say BTTON button section. So button section, create a div. So div button. Then inside that we have our input. Then inside the input, our type. Type equals what? Submit. Then value. Sorry. Oh no. Value. Value equals what? Submit. Submit. Then what again? Class name equals. I give it height. Let's give it 10. Let's give it width. Let's give it 2 feet. Then let's give it BG blue 500. Then what again? Let's give it rounded OG font bold. Then what? Test. Test white. Good. Okay, let's center it. So we give it here. It's a class name. So we say flex justify center and what? Item center. Good. Give it some margin tab. MT. Let's say 16. Good. So that is that. So I guess we're ready for validation. Now to begin validation, let's go to React hook form. React React hook form. Good. So let's check it out. Go to get started. Then first thing is npm install React hook form, which we've done already. So now let's go import it. So we copy the import. Good. Copy it. Let's make it bigger. Okay, let's import it now. Good. Next thing, let's check it out again. Okay, the events. Let's copy the events too. Add it. And let's put it here. Say what? Handle form events. Good. Then what again? Good. Now the submit handle submit. Copy the handle submit. Then we say handle submit. Okay, good. It's console.log data. Let's make it alert. Okay. Alert into bracket JSON get dot stringify into bracket data. Good. Then what again? Now the form Good. Let's go to form. Handle the form and submit. Let's copy that too. Then we paste it there. Good. Our form 2 is ready. So let's check it out. When we say submit, good, we get an empty data. Good. It's ready now. So now let's check the events. Let's look at it. The naming, register, example required. So this example, let's copy that. Good. Give it to our input. So after the class name, good, let's bring this down. Good. So after the class name this way, put it there. Example is what? This name is password. Okay. Password. Good. And the password required true. True. Let's make it dynamic. So we say password is required. Good. So that is that. Good. We need to display the error. Show the error handle visit. So to display it, we say good. So let's paste the error message there. Good. So over here we say errors the password and what? And we'll create a span, give it a class name, we'll make it first word, then we'll make the error message dynamic. So error.password.message. So that is that. Let's check it out. Good. So when we say submit, it gives a password is required. Now, in addition to that, anytime the error message appears, you realize that the, how do you call it? What's the name? The focus is still blue. I want the focus to change to red. So to do that, we make the class name to dynamic. So we go to the class name. So over here, let's make it dynamic. So we just paste it there. So we can see we use the dynamic quote with the same height, then we include the errors.password and what? Give it a class name, focus border red 500, focus wing 500, and border 500. So let's check it out. Good. So when we submit, you see the border also turns red, password also is red. Now we also need to include a minimum length for the password. Okay. So to do that, good. Let's give the password a min length. Okay. So over here, required password is required. Then we can say comma. Then inside here, after the comma, we create a space. Then we give it a min length. So we say min length. Let's give it a value 8. The message is what? Minimum required length is what? 8. Okay. So that is done. Let's check it out. So when we start typing, tells us good. Let's do this quickly. We don't need to click the submit before it validates our input. We need to include trigger so that it can validate our input. So to do that, let's call trigger. Okay. So let's include trigger. So right here we call trigger. We say trigger. Come on. Then include trigger. So over here, let's go to the after the validation, we call trigger. So we paste it there. So we say on key up trigger password. Okay. So let's check that. So when we start typing, it tells us the minimum required is 8. How about the maximum? So let's copy that again, paste it there. So we say max length. Okay. Max length is 20. So maximum required length is 20. Yeah. So that is that. Next, we create a pattern, okay, to handle the regular expression. So we say copy another one, then we say pattern, pattern. Good, it's pattern, then with the value, good. A regular expression, we say yeah, we say password should at least include, or rather include at least one uppercase, one numeric value, and one special character. So that is that. Now the next thing is the value. Now the value, we copy a regular expression from the internet and paste it. Good. So this is the regular expression I'm using. Okay. You can check it out. I'll leave the link in the description below. So that is that. Let's check it out. Good. So when we say good, how can I say okay, we can see our password. It's now okay. So that is that. You can check our password. Good. So that is that, guys. When we submit, it gives us the password. So that is cool. So I think our validation is okay now. Now let's make our app responsive, then we can say goodbye. Now to do that, let's go to the mother div over here. Get with div over here. Then we say at small screen, what do? Make the width full. Then at medium screen, make the width for 5th. Then make the same medium screen, make the MX auto. Then on large screen, make the width to 5th. Then on the same large screen, make the width, make MX auto. Okay, so let's check that out. Good. Good, that is that one special character. So that is that, guys. Thank you so much for sticking through. Don't forget to do good. Catch you in the next one. We say peace.